In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a simple yet effective pop-up modal using basic web elements and animations. So let's dive right in and break it down step by step. To start, we need to create the structure of our pop-up and its trigger element. Begin by adding a div block to your page that will serve as the container for your pop-up. It's a good practice to give this a descriptive class name like pop-up wrapper. Inside this, you'll want to nest another div for the pop-up's actual content. This could be a form, some text, or even an image. For clarity and consistency, you might want to name this inner div something like pop-up content. Next, style the pop-up wrapper to have a fixed position covering the entire screen. That means you'll set it to 100% width and 100% height so it can fully overlay your page when activated. Initially, you don't want this to be visible, so make sure you set its display to none in your style panel. Finally, you'll need a way for users to open this pop-up, so add a button or a link to act as a trigger and give it a class such as Open Pop-up Button. Now that we have our structure, let's move on to creating the open animation. Select your Open Pop-up button and head to the Interactions panel, which is indicated by the lightning bolt icon. Within Element Triggers, choose Mouse Click. Here, for the On First Click, you'll select Start an Animation and create a new animation. You could call this Open Pop-up to keep things organized. In this new animation timeline, start by adding a Hide Show action. Select the pop-up wrapper element for this action and change its display to flex or block depending on your design preference. To make the transition smoother, you might also want to include a fade-in effect. You can do this by adding an opacity action after your Hide Show action, setting the opacity to 100% with a brief duration of about 0.2 seconds. With the opening mechanics in place, let's focus on the close animation. You'll first need to add a close button, which could be an X icon or a simple text link within your pop-up wrapper. Assign it a class like Close Pop-up Button. Once this is ready, select it and return to the Interactions panel. Here, you'll want to add a new mouse click interaction. Again, for the On First Click, create a fresh animation titled Close Pop-up or something similar. Within this new animation, begin with a Hide Show action, setting the pop-up wrapper to display None. To complement this with a smooth exit effect, consider adding a fade-out animation first by incorporating an opacity action before your Hide Show action and set the opacity to 0% with a duration of around 0.2 seconds. For additional user convenience, you can also enable closing the pop-up by clicking on the background itself. Simply add a mouse click trigger to the pop-up wrapper element, ensuring it initiates the same close pop-up animation. And there you have it, a clean, simple pop-up with animations that enhance user experience. Feel free to customize this further to fit your project's unique needs.